Hello tanks and tankettes, and welcome to filth, quite honestly, purest filth. This is going to be a full, as you can see, APCR game in the Churchill gun carrier. Why on earth is CM1994 here doing that? Well, if you know the name at all, you'll know that he has been on a quest to basically 3-mark a bunch of not very well regarded vehicles, and this is his latest one. And well, spoilers, this is going to be the game in which he 3-marks this thing. So that's partly why I chose this, because, you know, a 3-mark in a Churchill gun carrier, it's not something that you see somebody doing very often. If you're just playing through it, I mean, the gun is good enough without APCR, and that's actually a bit of an irony with this game. The AP would have been absolutely fine. You know, even if he carried some AP, it would have been more than enough. It's a good gun for tier 6. It's just the rest of the vehicle that's a bit terrible. But I guess, you know, when you play a tier 6 and you're trying to get 3 marks in particular, you can't count on matchmaking like this. You have to expect that you're just going to get a lot of tier 8 games. And at that point, okay, the extra penetration, the extra reliability of the ammunition becomes much more useful. But even so, I think I still would have had some AP if it was me doing this. But I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be trying to 3-mark the Churchill gun carrier. So anyway. So he's being pretty cautious for now, but it's the Churchill gun carrier. What do you expect? I did have a game myself that's actually on the channel from years ago at this point, where I managed to bounce an SU-100Y in a very improbable fashion, but it's not something you can actually count on. It's basically a Churchill hull with a big box on the front, and that's what it was in real life as well. It was a hastily put together vehicle. This was not something carefully designed like the Jagdpanther, for instance. This was just in case we get invaded. And here we've got a bunch of obsolete 3-inch anti-aircraft guns laying around, and let's use them kind of a tank, or, well, tank destroyer. It really was meant as a last-ditch weapon, and the fact that we have it in World of Tanks, I mean, it has a reputation as being not very good for a reason. So yeah, the normal AP would have been completely fine here. I mean, the real-life 32-pounder gun was what the Tortoise carried, and what the Tortoise does carry as its stock weapon. The APCR is just like, I think everything he hits with the APCR, the AP would have penned fine with this matchmaking. So really it's just throwaway credits, but they're his credits to throw away. And that lets me come on to the other point I wanted to make, which, you know, when I've showed replays like this before, very occasionally, where somebody's using a lot of premium ammo, in this case entirely unnecessarily, as far as wargaming is concerned, this is fine. This is absolutely fine and normal and intended and part of the game. So here's the thing. Hands up those of you who have been playing this game since 2012. I know it's going back a ways, but there'll be some of you, right? Some of you watching this right now will remember the change from premium ammo being available from gold only to being available for gold and credits. It was basically the one unambiguously pay-to-win mechanic that was in the game, and Wargaming, to their partial credit, decided to do something about it. Only what they did about it wasn't very satisfactory, was it? Because literally since, you know, since that moment, people suggested, and have been suggesting ever since, that perhaps we could maybe place a cap on the amount of premium ammo an individual tank could carry. It's never happened though, has it? So Wargaming apparently thinks this is fine. This is absolutely an intended part of the experience, that you can meet somebody that fires nothing but APCR. That is part of the game design. Yeah, it's not really a wonder that I don't play a lot of World of Tanks these days, is it? There's just, you know, issues like this, and it's not just this, there's other things as well, but long-standing things that have been true for over half a decade in some cases, which in the lifetime of an online game is quite a long time, that Wargaming just seems utterly unwilling to change. So, yeah, this is, you know, incredibly irritating to come up against, but as far as Wargaming is concerned, there's no problem here. None at all. Anyway, so, we're towards the end of this. There's a couple of enemy vehicles left. There's actually another artillery that he could potentially get, and that could be a Pascucci's medal if he does. But I think he's more concerned about just getting that bit of extra damage, because I don't imagine CM has, you know, been playing this for fun, especially. There are times when you get to use this thing where your team is decent enough, such as this game, and you can provide a very capable amount of power support, fire support. Power and fire, they don't really sound the same, brain. Why did you do that? Anyway, I don't know. And in this case, he's been able to rack up quite a fair bit of damage, over 3,000 damage. In fact, he's hit some blind shots as well, so it's not just what you see there. And, well, as I've already said, it's going to be enough. There we go. There is the third gun mark. I don't know if he'll ever play this again. I wouldn't blame him if he doesn't, because it's not a great machine. But still, that's a rare enough achievement. You don't see people 3-marking the Churchill gun carrier every day. And he got the ace tanker and the Pascucci's in there as well. So yeah, he did get one blind hit at least, 3,450 damage, 3 kills, and that would have gone differently if he hadn't been there and doing that damage. And having the premium food consumable, of course, did help with the not great gun handling. But even with the premium food, even with all that APCR fired, it was still only minus 60k. In fact, not even minus 60, minus 59k with a premium account. That's one tier 8 premium game to make up those credits. So, yeah, as I said, Wargaming thinks this is fine. I don't think this is fine. Hence why I don't really play the game that much anymore. So, yeah, I will be interested to see what the comments section is like for this one. I'm sure there will be one or two. But I will also take this moment to pimp out CM a little bit. He is a friend of the channel, let's say, and basically, like myself, started off as a viewer of Circon, and you can still find him in Circon's stream quite often, and now streams himself. So I'll put CM's stream link down below. Although, seeing him do this, I don't know, that might have made some people very much not want to go and see him on Twitch. But you can go and check him out and see what you think. So, hopefully you have enjoyed. Is that the right word for this video? I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you found this video entertaining in some fashion, and if you have, you can hit the like button, you can leave any comments below, you can sub to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, stay tuned for more.